Have you ever looked at a woman and thought, does she like me or am I just imagining it? It's confusing, right? Because women rarely say what they truly feel, especially when they genuinely like you. But here's the thing most men don't realize. A loyal woman doesn't flirt like everyone else. She doesn't chase attention. She doesn't play mind games. And she doesn't need to post 1,000 selfies to be noticed. Her attraction hides behind subtle signs, the kind only a wise man can see. And if you can spot those signs, you'll not only understand her better, you'll understand the essence of feminine loyalty and true desire. So before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and watch it till the very end, because this might just change the way you see love forever. Through the eyes of both psychology and Stoic wisdom, 1. She's loyal before she's yours. Have you ever met a woman who made you feel something you couldn't quite explain? Not because she said she loved you, not because she showered you with words, but because of the way she carried herself around you. She didn't flirt openly. She didn't play games. She simply had this quiet presence, respectful, patient, and strangely loyal, even though you weren't officially together. If you've ever experienced that, if a certain woman comes to mind right now, pause for a second, because this might just be about her. See, psychology says that when a woman develops deep emotional attraction, her brain starts linking loyalty with affection. That means, even before she becomes yours, she starts protecting that bond. She guards it, even if it's fragile, even if it's undefined. Think about it. Maybe she never talks to you about other men. Maybe she doesn't text you all the time, but when she does, it feels real. Maybe she listens, remembers, respects. That's not just friendliness. That's emotional loyalty. And I know you might be wondering, but how can she be loyal if we're not even together? That's the beauty of it. Loyal women don't wait for commitment to show integrity. They are commitment, by nature, by instinct. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." A loyal woman lives by that same rule. She won't cross lines, she won't fake affection, and she won't play with your emotions, even when no one's watching. Let me tell you a short story. There was once a man, disciplined, calm, and quietly strong. He wasn't rich or flashy, but his energy was peaceful. He met a woman who wasn't loud about her feelings either. She never confessed. She never begged for attention, but she was there. Every time life knocked him down, she was the one sending a small message. "I hope you're okay." She didn't demand, she didn't rush. She waited, not because she was weak, but because she believed in his journey. And when that man finally noticed, he realized she had been loyal long before love even began. Now let me ask you, do you have someone like that in your life? Someone who's been consistent, gentle, and quietly supportive, even when you didn't give her a label? If you do, don't overlook her, because that's the rarest kind of love, one built not on words, but on loyalty. And here's the Stoic truth. When a woman is loyal before she's yours, she's not just showing attraction, she's showing respect for the man you are becoming. She sees something in you, strength, purpose, peace, that makes her heart feel safe. So if you ever find that kind of woman, don't take her silence for indifference. Her loyalty is her loudest confession. She's not waiting for a title. She's waiting for a man who values truth as much as she does. And maybe, just maybe, that man is you, too. She studies you because she truly cares to understand. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed a woman who seems to just get you? You never had to explain too much, yet somehow she knows when you're upset, when you're tired, or when you're pretending that everything's fine. That's not an accident. That's not just friendship. That's a woman who's emotionally invested, quietly studying you. Not because she's trying to control you, but because she cares to understand you. You see, when a woman truly likes a man, not for what he gives her, but for who he is, her attention sharpens. She starts observing your habits, your reactions, your little details. She notices how you look away when you're overthinking, how your tone softens when you talk about something you love, how your silence means more than your words. Psychology calls this empathic observation. It's when someone subconsciously tunes into another person's emotional frequency. They start to feel what you feel, even without words. And that's what loyal women do. They pay attention. They learn your rhythm. They memorize your moods like a favorite song. Maybe she's noticed that you don't reply quickly when you're stressed, so she gives you space instead of pressure. Maybe she knows that you hate being comforted when you're angry, so she stays quiet, letting your emotions breathe. Or maybe she surprises you with something small, your favorite snack, your favorite quote, or a message at exactly the right moment, because she's been listening all along. Now pause and think. Has there ever been someone like that in your life? Someone who remembered the little things you never even noticed about yourself? That's not coincidence, my friend. That's care, genuine loyal care. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When someone does you wrong, immediately consider what their notion of good or evil is." In other words, he taught the importance of understanding others before judging them. A loyal woman naturally lives by this. She doesn't rush to criticize or question you. She tries to understand why you are the way you are. She knows that your quietness doesn't mean rejection. It means you're thinking. Your distance doesn't mean disinterest. It means you're overwhelmed. Your imperfections don't push her away. They draw her closer because she sees the man behind the armor. This is what makes her different. She studies your world, not because she wants to invade it, but because she wants to fit into it without disturbing its peace. And here's the beautiful truth. When a woman studies you, she's not trying to change you. She's trying to love you better. She listens between your words. She remembers what makes you smile. And most of all, she mirrors your energy, not out of imitation, but out of empathy. So ask yourself, who's watching you like that? Who's learning your heart, your silence, your small habits, and doing it without asking for credit? That's what emotional transparency does. It heals. It connects. It builds trust brick by brick, because there's nothing hidden behind the smile. A loyal woman isn't afraid to cry in front of you. She isn't afraid to admit she's wrong. And she isn't afraid to show love, even if it exposes her heart. Why? Because her love isn't a performance. It's a reflection of who she is. So if you ever find a woman who's emotionally transparent with you, who shows you the parts of herself she hides from the world, don't push her away. That's not just affection. That's faith. She's trusting you with her truth. And in a time where people fake everything for attention, the woman who gives you her truth gives you everything. For she defends you. Have you ever found out later that someone defended your name when you weren't even there to hear it? That's a powerful feeling, isn't it? Because loyalty is easy to show when eyes are watching, but true loyalty lives in silence. And that's exactly what a loyal woman does when she secretly likes you. She defends you, even when you're not around to notice. She might not tell you about it. She won't post about it online. She doesn't need credit. But when someone mocks you, doubts you, or tries to paint you as something you're not, she steps in, not with noise, but with calm conviction. Because in her heart, she's already chosen a side, yours. Psychology explains this as protective attachment. When a woman feels emotionally loyal to someone, her instinct to defend him becomes automatic. She internalizes your image as part of her own. So an attack on you feels like an attack on her peace. And it's not about blind loyalty. It's about emotional truth. She's seen the good in you, the man you really are beneath your flaws. And that's the version she protects. Think about it for a second. Maybe you've noticed how she subtly changes the subject when people talk about you negatively. Maybe she says, "You don't really know him like I do." Or maybe she just gives a small, confident smile, the kind that silently says, "You're wrong about him." She doesn't fight for attention. She fights for honor. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." And a loyal woman sees that. She knows your worth not from your words, but from your actions. She's not defending you out of fantasy. She's defending you because she's observed your character. You know, there's a story that fits this perfectly. A man once said that the woman he ended up marrying wasn't the one who praised him in front of others. It was the one who defended him when he wasn't there. He found out years later that she used to shut down gossip, protect his image, and quietly stand up for him. She never told him because it wasn't for praise. It was for love. Now let me ask you something personal. Is there a woman who's been quietly loyal to your name? Someone who, no matter how the situation looks, always gives you the benefit of the doubt? That's not just care, that's faith. And faith is the highest form of loyalty. A loyal woman doesn't need to announce her devotion. She proves it through small moments of honor. When you're not around, when there's nothing in it for her, when it would be easier to stay silent, that's when her loyalty speaks the loudest. But here's something every Stoic man must remember. Her loyalty is a reflection of your integrity. You attract that kind of woman not by chasing, but by being the kind of man she can proudly defend. Because deep down, every loyal woman longs to protect a man who protects his peace, his purpose, and his principles. So the next time someone stands up for you when you're not around, don't take it lightly. That's not just affection, that's respect. That's faith. That's love in action. Because when a woman defends you in silence, she's already claimed you in her heart. 5. She mirrors your energy. Have you ever noticed how when a woman truly likes you, her energy starts to match yours? When you're calm, she's calm. When you're driven, she becomes ambitious. When you're distant, she feels it in her soul, almost as if her emotions are echoing yours. That's not coincidence. That's connection. Psychology calls this emotional mirroring, and it's one of the purest, most powerful signs that a loyal woman secretly likes you. It means her mind and heart are syncing with yours, not out of imitation, but out of attunement. She's tuned into your emotional frequency. But let's make it personal. Have you ever had that one woman who seemed to just flow with you? She laughed when you laughed. She started using your favorite phrases. Her mood somehow matched your rhythm, not because she was copying you, but because she felt you. That's what it means when a loyal woman mirrors your energy. Her love becomes a reflection of your spirit. You see, when she connects with your energy, she starts seeing the world through your lens. If you're focused and patient, she mirrors that calm. If you're lost or distracted, she feels it, and she quietly tries to bring you back to balance. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." And in love, that couldn't be truer. A loyal woman's soul slowly becomes dyed with the color of your essence. Not because she loses herself, but because she trusts your strength enough to let her guard down. When she mirrors you, it's her way of saying, "I believe in your direction." Her emotions align with your emotional leadership. Her energy reflects your state of mind. If you're peaceful, she feels safe. If you're chaotic, she feels anxious. If you're grounded, she blooms. That's why a Stoic man must protect his inner peace. Because a loyal woman mirrors it. She doesn't need you to be perfect, but she needs to feel your steadiness. Think about it. When she likes you, she starts to mirror not just your habits, but your growth. You start going to the gym. She gets motivated to focus on herself too. You start reading more. Suddenly she's curious about philosophy, mindset, self-improvement. It's not copying, it's connection through inspiration. But here's something beautiful and rare. This mirroring isn't just one way. The more she reflects your energy, the more she influences yours. Her warmth softens your edges. Her gentleness reminds you to breathe. Her trust gives you strength. And before you even realize it, you both start evolving together. Two energies, two souls, harmonizing like instruments playing in tune. But here's the catch. That kind of emotional connection only happens when your energy is authentic. A woman can't mirror confusion, games, or emotional inconsistency. She mirrors truth. She mirrors focus. She mirrors peace. So ask yourself, what kind of energy are you giving off? Because the loyal woman in your life will absorb it, reflect it, and build a bond around it. If your energy is chaotic, she'll grow distant. Not because she's cold, but because she can't anchor to instability. But if your energy is grounded, patient, and purpose-driven, her heart will naturally align with yours. That's the secret Marcus Aurelius understood centuries ago. When a man governs his emotions with wisdom, the world around him, including the woman who loves him, starts to reflect that inner calm. So the next time you notice a woman who matches your energy effortlessly, who seems to feel your silence, mirror your peace, and share your rhythm without a single word, don't overlook it. That's not ordinary attraction. That's emotional resonance. That's her soul saying, I see you, I feel you, and I trust where you're going. Because in the end, a loyal woman doesn't fall in love with your looks or your possessions. She falls in love with your energy. And when she mirrors it, that's her unspoken way of saying, your spirit feels like home. A deeper Stoic reflection. The balance between desire and peace. Now let's take a moment to step back and reflect through the eyes of Marcus Aurelius. He often reminded himself to accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. In today's world, where relationships are filled with pretense and half-truths, finding a loyal woman is like discovering a calm harbor in a stormy sea. But the truth is, a loyal woman doesn't come into your life by accident. She's attracted to your energy, your self-control, and your purpose. She doesn't chase chaos, she's drawn to peace. So if you're searching for a woman who's loyal, stop looking outward for validation and start building inward virtue. Because when a man learns to master himself, when he becomes calm in conflict, patient in silence, and purposeful in action, he naturally draws in women who resonate with that same energy. Loyal women love men who are unshaken. They admire men who lead with discipline, not ego. Men who don't just speak of virtue but live it daily. So remember this, loyalty in a woman is not something you demand. It's something you inspire. Final reflection. Let's recap what we've learned today, not as a list, but as a truth. A loyal woman will show her feelings through action, not words. She'll choose to be loyal before commitment. She'll study your soul. She'll speak truth instead of games. She'll defend you when you're not there. And she'll mirror your peace, because that's what love does when it's real. Marcus Aurelius once said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And in love, that's equally true. Because the kind of energy you carry, calm or chaotic, will determine the kind of woman you attract.